Super Sunday, Super Premier League Sunday, Arsenal versus Manchester City at the Emirates. Let's get straight into it. I'm surprised. I never thought I'd see Pep use a five at the back, low block for this long. Like I would imagine him doing it in the last 5 minutes of a game, in the last 3, 4 minutes of a game. But the 90, but 60, 70% of the game in a low block with five defenders, and not just like wing backs. Like he had literally three center backs, and at a time he had four center backs playing. Um, mesmerized, honestly. But before that, let's talk about the man of the hour. No, it's not Martinelli, which I will talk about in a little bit, but Erling Braut Haaland. Another goal, another good performance, which is something that we weren't really used to when we talk about Haaland. He had a lot of people criticizing him for his performances and just grabbing a goal, but he's been City's best player. His performances, his hold up play, his first touches, his first touch passes have been very good. Erling Haaland, he looks so quick for that goal. He left Gabriel in dust, and then he even left Saliba in the dust, even though Saliba was the last center back. But wow, Erling Braut Haaland, he's so strong, he's quick, and his finishing is so calm. There's times when you see other strikers in the box, they're so accelerated to strike the ball. They're so agitated to like shoot the ball already and get it over with. But no, Haaland takes a touch and he cleanly puts it past David Raya. And so I think the way he finishes is so comfortable. I think it was a week or two ago, a clean left foot finish to the bottom corner, and Highland. He's so smooth in finishing, but he's so intense as well. I don't know how to explain it. He's probably the best striker right now in the world if you count Mbappe. If you don't count Mbappe as a striker, which he is, I have Mbappe over Haaland, but that's a lot of bias in there. But these two guys are showing why everyone when they were younger would say this is the new Mbappe, Ronaldo versus Messi. Just two amazing players, two great players physically, mentally, on the ball, off the ball, runs in behind, runs in transition, like how do they say, just like amazing, like powerful players. And Erling Haaland is so good in transition. I honestly thought he was being disrespected for so long. People were calling Isaac the best striker in the Prem over his 12-13 game period last season when they won the Carabao Cup. But Erling Haaland, when you think of what he's done, when you think about what he's doing and what he's going to keep doing, the way he's doing it now with his link up play, with his good touches, first touch passes, this man, he's the best striker, man. Him and Mbappe strikers right now, amazing. But let's go back to Pep Guardiola's defensive strategy to this game. I've been I've been thinking, I've been processing things, and I honestly still don't know if this is a style that he's gonna implement into his thing, or if Arsenal's pressing and Arsenal's game was so good. Um, because let's be honest, Pep Guardiola has players right now that would thrive in a more like counter-attacking and in a more open space behind the other team's defenders. They have the players to do it. They have Donnarumma, who isn't the best in the feet, even though he's looked not too bad on the feet with his passing and long range passing. Who is good at having his block, being in his box, shot stopping, coming out now. Very good at those, right? Having his block. Then you have Ainuri, who was known for being a counter-attacking team, even though he's injured right now. But Ainuri would thrive in that type of style. Then you have Doku, who would thrive in that style. You have Erling Haaland, who would thrive in this style. You have midfielders like Rodri and Reinders would thrive in that style because of how fast he is and his passes. You have Pep has the players to thrive in a counter-attacking, running behind the defenders type of style, and I don't know. I think this is one of the things that we need to watch this City team a little bit more. And after a while, we're gonna be like, oh, he implemented that Arsenal type of the style he played against Arsenal into now, or is it gonna be like that was a one-off game and Pep, we're never gonna see Pep doing that. But I won't be honest. I think that that's something he's gonna implement into his game. I think they have the players to do it. I think the signing of John Luigi Donnarumma is such a big statement, and I think he's not going to play like that against every team, right? But there's going to be moments in a game against I think the bigger teams where they implement that style. And now let's talk about Arsenal getting a last minute goal. Well, not last minute, 92-minute goal, 93-minute goal, and it was due to City having the five defenders and moving upwards. They were near the halfway line, which was weird to me. They were just backing down, just and when you have a five back, usually it's a low block or low mid block, but they were pretty high up, which is why Martinelli made the run, which is why the City's defenders aren't used to this type of style. So the communication was probably bad. Martinelli goes in behind, scores the goal after a brilliant pass from Eberechi Eze. It was a very good pass. This is the type of pass that I don't expect Rice to do. I don't expect Marino to do. And I expect this pass to be done by an Odegaard or an Eze, who should have started the game. Look, I'm gonna talk about some positives on Arsenal side, but keep that in mind. Arsenal play now against these big teams like the A side. I don't know if you guys watch boxing, if you guys watch the like some of the big fights in boxing. There's always an A side. Ryan Garcia Tank. Ryan Garcia was the A side. Um, no wait, not Ryan Garcia Tank. Let's not forget that. There's fights in boxing where it's the A side. Canelo fights as the A side no matter what. You have boxers who fight always at Ryan Garcia fight Haney as the A side, controlling, being the man to look for who's controlling the moment, right? The A side. Arsenal are play like they're the A side. Control the game physically. From the physical standpoint, they control a lot of games. From the tactical standpoint, from the passing standpoint, from the controlling of the game standpoint, Zubi Mendy takes care of that very well. And that just adds to this Arsenal team who play like the A side. They want to control games, they want to have possession, and if they don't, they're going to press you and they're going to make you give them the ball. That I enjoy watching this type of Arsenal. I enjoy watching an Arsenal that wants to win, but that was not the case this game. That was not the case in the first half. The second half, completely different Arsenal. But Arteta managed the first half with Marino, Rice, and Zubimendi. And I think people have got carried away after that Marino hat trick, which was amazing, by the way. But Marino doesn't play that same role at Arsenal. At Arsenal, you need a more creative player. In that Spain team, it's literally Zubimendi, Pedri being the amazing player he is, and then you have Marino coming into the box, being the right next to Oyarzabal for Spain. But in Arsenal, it's not the same. It's not the same play style. He's not going to do the same. He doesn't have the same role. You need to start with your main your. What I heard someone said your X Factor player, X Factor. Your I like saying your game changer. I like your game changer. You need to start with your game changer, and I think that's what Eza is. Madueke had a very good first half, in my opinion. I think he had his duels, um, but he's your what 60 million pound uh, game changer, and you're not using him in the biggest one of the biggest games you've had this season. I don't understand what his thought process was. I don't understand what he was thinking. But you need to start Eze, and then you have Trossard who hasn't played that pretty much not much this season. You have him start over Eze on the left, and then you have Wanieri not playing the minutes he deserves to play. I think Wanieri is an amazing player. I think is an extraordinary player. They should start when Odegaard isn't there, when Saka is injured and Madueke is on the right. These players, I think, deserve to start. They have the quality, the physical capabilities, and the technical capabilities to start for this team when both Odegaard and Saka are not in the team. But Arteta played the first half, not to lose. And I want to talk about the goal itself. The build up to the goal, first the minutes prior to the goal, I think were interesting because we saw Saka on the left and we saw Martinelli on the right. At first, I thought it was just part of the play that happened, but then you see, they get the ball back. Martinelli stays on the right, Saka stays on the left. Martinelli makes the run behind the defenders, which is something that Arsenal don't really have most of the times. Most of the times, you either give the ball straight to Saka and he creates something. Most of the time, you give the ball straight to Eze and he creates something. But Martinelli brings in that different thing to the team where he makes the runs. He makes the runs. He's very good at making runs. We've always said this. We've always questioned his dribbling and one-on-one abilities. But one thing that you can't take away from Martinelli is his runs behind. And I think his finishing is not as bad as people act and talk about. I think Martinelli brings something different to this team, and I think against teams who have a high line or teams that aren't good in those or doesn't have the fast, pacey defenders. I think Martinelli is so good in those against those type of games and the moments coming off the bench when the defenders are tired and switching up the type of play that Arsenal think, switching up sides and switching up the type of instead of giving the ball straight to the winger, making those runs in behind the fullback and the center backs. I think Martinelli has shown this last couple of games, even in Champions League, that's his game and that's what he thrives doing. And that was interesting to me. That's something I caught. Saka was on the left and Martinelli was on the right doing the runs. I have a critique for Arsenal after the goal. Get the ball and look for the winner. You scored the goal in the 92nd, 93rd minute, and the game ended at 98, I believe, or 97. Go for the second goal. You have time. You have momentum. You're at home against a weak City. You're at home with Eze now on the field. You're at home now with Gyökeres. You have your players. Go for the winner. This is. I got so mad because I I I pretty much enjoy the second half, and every time someone scores, I hope they go for the goal because it makes the game more interesting. I'm a neutral watcher when it comes to this. I'm a neutral watcher. Go for the goal. Go for the winner. Your Arsenal Football Club, who's trying to win the Prem, who's trying to win trophies, who is trying to put a stamp on what Arteta's built. You're trying to put a stamp in the history books as an Arsenal team that came back from being eighth place. And over the last couple of years, you finished second, and you're looking for that title. You're looking for that thing that you could put in the history books and stamp it on there. Go for the second goal. Like I got so mad. You have 5 6 minutes left. That is enough time to get a second goal. And I don't like to compare, right? But Liverpool in that situation goes for the second goal, goes for the winner. Madrid goes for the winner. City goes for the winner. Go for the winner. You're at home against a weak City, a City who is playing so low that you have the chance. Look for the second goal. You had 5 minutes to win it. You had five chase to win, and that made me so mad when I saw them. Yes, good goal. Go celebrate. But no, everyone want to celebrate. Everyone want to celebrate. Like like at least run past the fans, celebrate your goal, but run past and go back, get the ball, and that just made me mad. That made me. Do they really want to win? Like, go for the win. You have 5 minutes left. You have 5 minutes left. Go for the win. But yeah, that's one of the critiques I have in the second half. But second half, they were a very good game. They was a very good Arsenal. Like I said, they were the A side in that second half. Um, they could have won it. I think Arsenal went into this game to win it. I think City went into this game to not lose it. I think Arsenal right now have the pressure to win against these teams. They have the pressure to win a trophy at the end of the season, and I think that mentality that needs to change now. Like they're 5 points off of Liverpool now, and I know it's early, but it's just like that mindset that they could have gone for the win, but other than that, very good game from Arsenal, solid game from City. They went in there and they got a point out of it. But once again, man, if it makes me so mad. Like Arsenal's only excuse this season of not winning the league or not winning a trophy, a big trophy, a major trophy, I think is on Arteta. I think that's probably the only excuse they would have at the end of the season. Because let's be honest, defensively they're so good, they're so compact, they're so strong, and they defend so well. Midfield, you have Zubimendi, who I rate so highly. You have Rice, who I rate highly. You have Marino. You have Odegaard. You have Eze, Wanieri, Saka, Madueke, Jokeres, Havertz. You have so many good players. I rate this team, Arsenal team, highly. But it's things like this, like go for the win, man. Go for the win. But yeah, Arsenal look good defensively. They should have won this game. They should have gone for the win. They should have gone in there and said, "We're gonna win this game. We're gonna take it from City." But yeah, Arsenal look good. City need to improve a lot, and they will. Haaland, amazing. Martinelli showing what his game is, showing what type of game he thrives in. Arsenal won, Man City won, Liverpool win in everyone's eyes. 5 points off, 5 points off second place. And man, they look good. Liverpool look good, but Arsenal, man, get your stuff together because you guys have an amazing team. And make this league interesting, please, please.